Scott, we heard the news about Stephen Davis. How big a blow is that for the team?
Yeah, huge on and off the pitch. I think he's such a key figure within the dressing room. Very innocuous when it happened for him, so we're obviously all devastated for him. But like these injuries, then you're hoping that we can rally round him and hopefully get him back as soon as possible.
Is he still going to be key off the field and trying to keep the moods up, or is it more the other way about? You guys need to kind of look after
Probably
him?
a bit of both. I think that's quite evident in the first kind of 3 or 4 weeks of your injury, where it takes you by surprise and you get over it, and then after that it's all about us getting round him and keeping his spirits high, and he can affect the games in different ways, whether he watches it in a different way and helps us from a higher position in the stand where he sees things with his experience and stuff. But as I say, key figure on and off the pitch for us, and we wish him a speedy recovery, obviously.
Does that mean others have to then step up in terms of leadership roles? We know obviously there's the captaincy bit for others, but for you, do you look at it and say, right, let's be a leader, let's be an example? Well,
of course, and Davo does that every day. He's quite, if you ask anybody, he's not got any enemies at this football club. Everybody loves him and properly respects him. He's one of my best mates in the team. So obviously when you lose somebody like that for the foreseeable future, it's all you can do is step into these shoes and sort of diverse the responsibility. We need the senior professionals and share that responsibility for the younger players.
Is that something that James gets across as captain, that when you lose a senior player you need to make sure everyone does kind of step up?
Of course you do. And as a captain that's what he does, but it's also human nature that when you feel something you need to speak, you need to voice your opinion, and that's something that we do quite freely at this football club as well.
His contract's up at the end of the year, but if he's given an extension, would he still have a big role to play at Rangers in the future?
Definitely, aye. I think he's a figure where you need to keep these sort of people in this football club for as long as possible. So many times he's come up with big performances and big occasions for him. So I think he's hugely respected, not just in the first team squad, but if you go down the youth levels, I think he's a figure that everybody looks up to. So he'll have a big say in the club going forward, I'm sure.
In terms of yourself, how do you see your future at Rangers?
I'd love to stay here for as long as possible, whether that be in any capacity. Once you come in here, I've fully enjoyed my time since I walked through the door, and you want to keep the moments going.
Has there been any talks about a new contract for you?
No, at the minute. When you go over 30, they talks stop. So that's just football and that's just life. You take it day by day, and if you get the opportunity and it works for everybody, then you're more than happy to stay.
Would you expect to learn maybe late in the season, or leave it till late in the season before?
Oh, aye, it'll be down the road. It'll be down the road. You're not an asset anymore. There's bigger assets at this football club. You need to stay in your lane and know where you're at this minute in time, and I have no problems with that.
Look to make it 4 out of 4 for Michael against Motherwell on Wednesday.
Definitely, that's our aim. A tough game again tomorrow night, which is going to be obviously a tough game. But we feel as if now that we're getting back to us, I think you're seeing that. I know it was a bit of a stop-start performance against Ross County, but there was elements in that performance to see where we're trying to go, keeping the ball in 5-10 passes and see if we can move it faster. I think we've certainly seen that Aberdeen in the first half, so we're hoping to do that tomorrow night again.
Scott, you've been a bit of an impact sub coming off the bench in the last few games. You hope to get some more game time tomorrow?
Aye, obviously that's all you want to do, is try and affect games in any way, whether that be from the start or whether that be from the bench. You just want to keep playing and coming up with big moments, and if I've called upon, I'll be ready to do so.
How much confidence would the win tomorrow give you going into January?
Well, it always does. Any wins at any time gives you momentum. Momentum is possibly the greatest thing you can have as a team. You try and keep that going for as long as possible. So, of course, if we win there, it'll be 4-4, and we'll keep rolling.
Scott, you obviously played a big role when Michael Beale was here as a coach initially. How have you felt your role developed now he's here as a manager? Has anything changed, or has the message changed from Michael Beale?
No, probably no. I think he kind of leaned on him, and the previous manager, Stephen Gerrard, probably leaned on the senior professionals more. He's certainly doing that again, obviously as a manager in this time around, but I don't think the messages have changed so much. I think the easiest thing to do for anybody is keep the messages as simple as possible. He's good at simplistic messages and keeping that as fluid as possible, so everybody's got no excuses when they don't perform. You can't knock on the door, and if you do perform, then you've done exactly what he's asked.
Just one from me, sorry, Nick. You speak there about clarity, Scott. Do you think that's helping the team to form a real identity under Michael Beale, clarity of messaging? I'm asking you to do simple things, but do them well. Yeah,
absolutely. Clarity and simple messages is the most easiest way to do it. Particularly when the modern footballer isn't as intelligent as what you probably think there. So if you keep it as simple as possible, then there's no excuses for anybody.